If you're a senior and you're in the real estate market, whether it's buying or selling, you might want to take advantage of using a senior real estate specialist. Now, if you say, well, gee, I never heard of that. What is that? Well, perfect. Stay tuned because that's what we're going to talk about today. Morning, everyone, and welcome to Scan FYI. My guest today is Mark Viggiani. Welcome, Mark.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I appreciate that you're with me this morning. And also, let me also just give a shout out to New Jersey Natural Gas because they are the sponsor of today's video. Okay, so Mark, you are a realtor, and I think you know a little something about senior real estate specialists.
Yes. I'm been in real estate for about 9 years, and I also have earned a designation and continue the education as a senior real estate specialist, which comes from the National Association of Realtors.
So let's first explain to the folks listening out there. So what is a senior real estate specialist? Specifically, what is the purpose?
Well, the purpose is the senior community, like all different communities, have specific perspectives, specific needs that's different from the other demographics. So a senior real estate specialist really hones in on what's most important when you're working with and what's most important to your client that happens to be a senior.
And it makes sense because if you're 30 years old and you're looking for a new home, your needs are going to be very different than someone who's maybe 70, 60, an empty nester. Maybe you don't want stairs. I mean, I'm thinking that you're in tune with the needs specifically of what a senior might be looking for.
Exactly. I mean, how I deal with all my clients is I find out what their why is. Why are they doing this? And again, when it comes to a senior, it could be anything from a safer living at home situation with lack of stairs, more accessibility. It could be finding a home where they also need to take in extended family. It could be they are looking for an adult community or some sort of assisted living situation. So there's all different reasons why a senior is looking to potentially purchase a home.
So let me just also remind everyone who's listening, we have Mark's information if you want to reach out to him, if you are in the market buying or selling and you are looking to use a senior real estate specialist, or if you just have some questions, I know Mark would be happy to help you. So what does it take to I understand it's a designation, so it is an official designation. And what does that entail to become one? What made you want to do this?
Well, I found myself working with that community organically through referrals and through connecting with other professionals that handle the senior community. And I wanted to find resources that would allow me to help them even more. And NAR, the National Association of Realtors, has the designation, which is an extensive course over a period of, I think, maybe 6 to 8 weeks. And you have to complete the course, complete the testing and whatnot, and that's how you earn the designation. To continue keeping the designation, it's a matter of not just paying a fee, but for me, it's leaning into the resources that they have. They have constant training. They have articles of what's going on with the seniors in their community. They also have resources that I can share with the community and the clients. And again, it's just I wanted to bring another level to taking care of the people who put their future in my hands as far as where they're going to live.
Well, I mean, I guess I moved about 2.5 years ago. I was not familiar with a senior real estate specialist. And just by the luck of the draw, my agent was someone who worked specifically with the senior community. And I guess I even learned myself as a senior, you are looking for different things, and you're going to have different kinds of questions. And, I know there's lots of realtors, and we're not saying anything bad, but you pick a realtor who's never dealt with a senior. I think that they're not necessarily going to know even the right questions to ask you about what's
Right.
going to be best for you. But obviously, with your designation, and you work with the senior population, and we are different, right? Working with seniors is different.
Sure. The big picture is uh, when you're working with seniors, you're not necessarily working just with them. They've got family that's involved in helping them.
Yes.
It's a lot of it is communication, setting expectations, a lot of listening, and just keeping them as calm through the process as possible. And the other side of that too is it's because of my designation and association and experience. When we bring in other professionals to help, whether it's a mortgage person, whether it's the attorney, um, even a home inspector, not necessarily that they have a senior background, but I know the type of people that I have, to refer out to. And there's certain people that I go to when I'm working with seniors because I know they know how to handle the situation like I do, and we can work cohesively as a team.
Well, I think what people might forget when you're buying or selling a house, it is kind of a team effort. I mean, it's you and your realtor, but there's an attorney, there might be a home inspector, there might be some repair people. It is a village like everything else. And I like the idea that you would know people that I'll say that you've kind of vetted them, so
Hmm.
that me as the homeowner, when you send me this person, I feel good about that.
Sure.
That's
And I constantly get feedback on the people that I refer out to. And again, we're working as a team anyway, so I'm hands-on and I have an idea of what's going on. And if I see somebody's not quite a right fix or whatever, we make whatever adjustments we have to make, whatever's best for the client.
Mark, are you finding that more seniors are moving into senior communities rather than as, a standalone home or an apartment?
Yes, actually, even the ones that start off saying they don't want to live in a senior community, once they see them and go out to them, um, and there's all levels of senior communities out there right
Yes,
now, from very comfortable, nice to resort type living in New Jersey.
there
Um,
are. Yeah.
so I do find, and if there is any construction going on, that seems to be what's getting built new, as opposed to it seems to be townhouses and adult communities is really what the construction is that's going on out there for things that are newer.
So as a realtor who works exclusively with the senior market, what are you finding, like, for seniors that, what is their sticking point? Like, I must have this, I must have that. Just a couple
Um,
of things that really you find are critical to them.
well, number one would be, one floor living, ground
No
floor,
stairs, no stairs.
no stairs. If there are stairs, as long as there's the master suite, the primary suite and whatnot on the first floor,
Oh,
um,
okay.
you know,
Yeah, makes sense.
because a lot of these adult communities are built for the expectation of potentially a son or a daughter or even a grandchild either moving in or having to stay there for a period of time. So the second floor, usually, if there is a second floor, is almost like a half a floor, like a loft with a bedroom, sitting area, and bathroom.
The guest
But again,
space.
for the seniors themselves, no stairs, like you said.
Well,
Um,
that was important to me. So,
yeah. And I would
yeah.
say something else would be just amenities and access to the getting to the things that they need, the stores, whatever is important to them, that they have the ability to be mobile, whether it's a shuttle bus that the community has, or the location is very accessible to different things.
Right. And that all makes sense. It absolutely does. So I think that as a senior real estate specialist, you really have a good handle on the wants and the needs of the senior community. And I think if you're listening out there and you need to know more, I think I'll speak for Mark. I'm sure he would be very happy to speak to anybody if you have other questions. But
Absolutely.
I like the idea of as a senior dealing with someone who gets my unique needs.
Sure. It's important for whatever demographic you are, because like we said, everybody has their needs are different, and you really need to understand again why are they selling their home, why are they purchasing whatever their next home is, and everybody's needs are different and a different level, and there's different um, communication skills that are needed, and again, there's a matter of mom and dad are making decisions, but son and daughter-in-law are trying to be as influential as possible. So there's a lot of balance there. There's a lot of I don't want to say client management, client counseling.
Sure. Oh God, you're probably like a therapist.
It happens. That's okay.
Yeah, because I know it's never just the folks who are getting the house. There's always a family involved, and
Sure.
everyone's an expert. But yeah, so I could see maybe you're part referee, part therapist, all of that.
Even like for first-time home buyer, just to give an example, usually mom and dad are having the influence. And then I guess,
Yes,
everything comes full
yes.
circle. And now when it's time for mom and dad to move on, and the first time home buyer is now older and mature, they're taking that role on for their parents.
And I also like knowing that you would be able to provide resources for the new homeowner, because if you're moving out of the area and I don't know anybody down here and I need a contractor, I need this, I need that. So as a senior real estate specialist, you would be able to refer some vetted folks
Sure.
to me. That's good to know.
Yeah, that's what I focus on. I don't focus on, marketing to the community that wants to move out of a senior community. I work a lot more with um, people that are now ready to move on, taking care of their primary home. And again, sometimes it's not going to a senior community; it's going to a multifamily home.
Right.
There's all just different, and there's seniors that need to sell their home because they want to be near the grandkids, and the son got relocated to somewhere in Pennsylvania, and that's where they're going. And because of the designation and the network, um, for them to purchase something someplace else, I could find them and would find them and vet them a senior real estate specialist where they're looking to purchase.
Oh, all right. See, good to know. Good to know. So I feel like if you're out there and you're listening and you are going to be buying or selling and you're on the fence about who should help you as a realtor, well, I think using a senior real estate specialist might just be the way to go.
To compare,
And
if you're having a problem with your heart, you don't go to the podiatrist. You go to and
oh, there
they're
you
both
go.
doctors, but you go to the person that has the expertise and the experience.
All right. I hope you don't go to a podiatrist, people. That's another show for another time. Yikes. Good point, though. Good point. All right. Well, of course, while Mark's information is on the screen, we'll put everything in the description if you want to reach out to him. Mark Viggiani from Keller Williams of Central Monmouth. So appreciative of you being here today. I know you're headed out to Atlantic City, and I hope you have a great trip.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here. I love talking with you anytime.
Thank you. Thank you. And, remember out there, if it's important to you, it's important to us. I'm Andrea Tarr. We'll see you next time on Scan FYI. Bye, everyone. And bye, Mark.
Bye-bye.